what you love what you do, 'cause love will return to you. Never give up, stay the fight, wear that hat with pride. You only need three things to succeed: a lot of try, a lot of heart, and guts.
Hey everybody, Mike Burkholder, Contra Costa today. I have with me Laura Cunha of Stonecrest Lending in Oakley. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
So what I wanted to do was bring her on the show to talk about veteran lending services in general, and kind of how in the world do you get a loan today, and how do people afford homes in East County with all the prices going up. So why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself and your background.
Hi, my name's Laura Cunha. I'm the owner-broker of Stonecrest Lending. We're located in Oakley on Main Street, across the street from Raley's. We are a wholesale mortgage company. We specialize in home loans for veterans. We also do conventional and FHA financing.
And so I know one of your big focus is veterans. You're very involved in the different veterans groups around East County. How'd you get into that?
It was about 4 years ago. My nephew, who had just come back from Iraq that lived in Oregon, asked me if I could do his loan. I told him I couldn't, and so I started looking at our veteran community a little bit deeper to see why their offers weren't getting accepted, and it kind of turned into a mission, and we live by it every day.
So what were some of the reasons why they weren't accepted?
Misunderstanding from the realtor and the general community as to what a VA loan entailed, and unfortunately a lot of loan agents that didn't understand the program as well.
So in a sense, you've kind of made it your mission to educate everybody, and
yes, put the veteran first.
And so what was the biggest thing that they just didn't understand?
They didn't understand that if it was 100% financing, that there was no skin in the game, and that's exactly the opposite. The veterans already put their skin in the game, and the benefit of that is to have a VA loan available to them. The other benefit, or the other misconception is that everything had to be paid for by the seller, and that is 100% not true.
So for some of the veterans out there and even the community, can you explain basically what a VA loan is?
So a VA loan is a 30-year fixed rate loan. It's just like an FHA or a conventional loan. It just means that they don't have to put any money down, and they don't have mortgage insurance. So it allows them to get a better interest rate because their loan is guaranteed. So it's the best interest rate, no mortgage insurance, no money down. And that kind of leads to another misconception that all of our veterans are poor and don't have any money and won't qualify for the loan. That is 100% not true. A lot of veterans choose to put money down. A lot of veterans are very high income earners with stable income. And so when you flip the hat the other way and look at it differently, it's actually the best loan. It's the easiest loan to qualify for. It just becomes down to the misconceptions of what the community has.
So what's it like working with veterans?
Very rewarding, very rewarding. I wrap them around me as much as I can. I teach them as much as I possibly can, as I do with all my first-time home buyers or any clients that we have. I think if you understand what you're doing and where you're going, get a good path, get a good team around you, that you can move mountains.
And one of the things that I love about your company is that you give back to the community. You helped assist with the Veterans Memorial on Main Street in Norcross. How did that process even come about?
Actually, Kevin Romick and I were walking out of a chamber mixer, and he asked if I wanted to be involved, and I said yes, but if I'm going to be involved, I want to be all in. And so he allowed me to do that. I was able to work with him in the city and a couple other local businesses to make it happen very quickly, actually, very, very, very quickly. So I personally supported it. By the business supported it, and I continue to with every loan that we close for a veteran. We do place a brick in their honor at our cost.
Outside of veterans, for those that want to buy a home that maybe have some equity in their house and are looking to upgrade, and in my case, bought my house 7 years ago at the low, can't necessarily think we could afford something in another community. What's that process like?
So most of the time when people come in, they're very nervous. They feel that It's an environment they're not used to. I like to use analogies once in a while. Getting a loan is worse than getting married. And getting married.
Says who?
I mean, the process of getting married. It's a very, very stressful thing. It's a world we're not used to. It's terminology we're not used to. So if you break it down into steps and to a path and educate along the way, people find that a 2 is a 2 no matter how you turn it. It's just a matter of which way do you want to go.
Sure. So, what are you seeing right now in the industry in East Contra Costa? Is it very difficult to get a loan with the home prices where they're at, or is it just kind of, you move from one community to the other and it's kind of the same house payment? I mean, I know every situation is different, but what are you seeing?
I'm seeing a lot of people, unfortunately, in our community moving out of our community because they can no longer afford to live here.
Wow.
And I'm seeing a lot of people move into our community that are doing the same thing, moving out of communities they can no longer afford.
So with all of East County kind of shuffling around, I guess is the right word, is that easier or harder on you guys, or is it just kind of paperwork?
I don't know that it's harder. The same qualifications for a loan, doesn't matter where you're doing it. It's just a matter of who is able to purchase a home. And we are a bedroom community, and unfortunately there's not a lot of high-paying jobs here, so our buyers either have to commute, Bart's going to help, but a lot of them either have to commute or be 2-income homes.
So seeing how it's difficult for people to afford a home out here, what are some of the benefits then for veterans to get a VA loan versus traditional loan?
So one of the wonderful benefits of being a veteran, if you're unfortunately 100% disabled, there is a tax exemption that you're allowed to get. It's actually very easy. I can walk anybody through the process, which would take off up to about $135,000 of value off of your home. So instead of getting your standard $7,000 homeowners exemption, you can possibly get up to $135,000. That's a huge benefit. That's not only if you use VA financing. That's if you're a disabled veteran and live in the home. You cannot have a loan. You can have a conventional loan or an FHA loan. The other thing that's a really big benefit to a veteran is you can refinance using VA financing. It is a lifetime benefit, but you can refinance up to 100% of your value.
Now, is the VA loan, is it a one-time thing, or can you go from house to house?
You can use it your entire life. It's a lifetime benefit. You can only have one at a time unless you qualify for a dual eligibility, which means you have 2 VA loans at one time.
So how do you do that?
It's a process.
Choose more than
It's
one.
a process when we do. So like if you buy a home, VA loans up to the 100% financing have county limits. So every January you get a new county limit. In Contra Costa County and Alameda, the county limit right now is over $679,000. Anything over and above that, you put a 25% down payment. So anywhere pretty much in Antioch, Oakley, Brentwood area, you can get 100% financing using VA.
And so if people want to learn more about VA loans and kind of your services, how would they get in contact with you?
You can stop by my office. I'm located at 2170 Main Street in Oakley. My phone number is 925-625-1471, and my website is www.stonecrestlending.net.
Well, Laura, I want to thank you so much for coming on this morning. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, lots of loan paperwork waiting for you, but you have great staff. So go see her staff, go visit with Laura. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, start the conversation. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.